the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion could only go forward with huge taxpayer subsidies and with the federal government actually buying the pipeline. And we're now looking at a project that's over $30 billion, much of that ultimately going to be paid for by taxpayers. So, pipelines are part of the economy of the past. We need to move forward to an economy that puts the health and safety of our children first, a electrical economy, not a let's burn the last of the dirty oil and gas and coal that we can get out of the ground. And the Premier of Alberta is simply moving in the wrong direction in our view.
Is that direction one that the Prime Minister is more open to? She said yesterday that following her calls with Prime Minister Mark Carney, that she was more optimistic than she had been in a while. And we have heard, from the Prime Minister that he wants Canada to be this superpower, this energy superpower, given the economic challenges that this country is facing right now.
Well, it's disappointing that the Prime Minister hasn't been clear on that. 10 years ago, when he was the governor of the Bank of England and addressing investors, he told them that this type of investment in fossil fuel infrastructure was a dead end, and that they faced the possibility of stranded assets, the possibility of lawsuits blocking them. And so it's disappointing that he's taking maybe what seems like a politically easier stance now, but one which I think is not telling the truth to Canadians, or for that matter, to the Premier of Alberta.
I would like to ask you then about the stance from the BC Premier David Eby, and we also spoke on CBC with Energy Minister Adrian Dix, and his position is it's not really worth talking about right now because he says it's not a real project given that there is no private proposal. What is the message you want to hear from them? Would you want to know what is your stance on any kind of bitumen pipeline to BC's coast?
I mean, I think the Premier Eby is not wrong, but he's also taking sort of a somewhat a stance that really doesn't grapple with the enormity of the challenges we have in Canada. We have the opportunity to build a nation, to do nation building that actually moves us towards a sustainable future. Recently, the International Court of Justice said that governments that are expanding fossil fuel infrastructure are violating the human rights of people around the world, are violating the rights of other nations. So Canada should not be a law breaker. We should be moving forward towards an economy where we can be proud of our economy, where we're not undermining the health and safety of our communities and of our youth. And unfortunately, the fossil fuel economy, Canada already has a massive fossil fuel economy. We should be looking at ways of transitioning that to clean energy, as opposed to doing the smoke and mirrors where we're pretending that these products are consistent with a stable climate, because they're not.